What up, tubers? Welcome back to another draft here on Arena. Thanks for watching. Hit that like and subscribe if you haven't already. And don't forget to check out cardkingdom.com/Numot for all your Magic card needs. Got ourselves some more of this lovely Outlaws of Thunder Junction draft ahead. We'll jump into our pick one, pack one, Step Between Worlds. This is the time spiral effect, time twister effect, if you will. The fact that you can plot it is kind of cool, but we're not going to be first picking that. I'm going to do something a little bit different. I think I'm going to force a strategy that I haven't done on YouTube yet, and one that I had good success with in the stream that I just ended, and that's the blue-white flash deck. I'm going to first pick this Emergent Haunting. We'll see if we can do some good flashy flash stuff. The number one card you want to get, I think, is the 5-mana 1/4, that if you haven't cast a spell or whatever, you get a 2/2 bird at the end of your turn. But we will see if this deck works out, or if we can make it draft work out. Simulacrum Synthesizer. Another artifact, maybe 3 or greater. No, we're not going to take that. So I guess for the flash deck, the Wingsmith is where we would want to be. But we don't have to be straight up blue-white. I could take like the Desert's Dew here, and I think that would be totally defensible. That could be like some Esper flash deck. Black has a lot of good instant speed removal that we could be playing instead, so I will stick with the plan, though. I am going to force the flash deck. It just doesn't have to be straight up blue-white. But the Haunting is great. If you can cast this on turn 2, it does a ton of work. And then say for turn 3, well, you can pass the turn. And if you have the third land, you're going to have something to do with that 3 mana, even if you don't have a spell to cast, right? You can just Surveil for 1. But best case scenario, you get to hold up some kind of interaction otherwise. Slickshot Lockpicker is pretty good as well. So you will have to cast it eventually, but plot cards in general are just really good in the flash deck, as plotting a card is not casting a card. So that does qualify for a lot of the relevant abilities. Phantom Interference. I've actually come around to this card a lot. Well, not even come around. I've just liked this card a lot since the beginning. Some people are saying they don't like this card very much, that it's not very good, but I've found otherwise. There are a lot of bombs in this format, and a cheap counter can often get people. There are a couple of X bombs in the format too. That's even nicer to hit. A lot of them are actually all of them might be the bonus sheet ones, but you have like Primal. No, what's it called? Primal something, I can't remember now for some reason. It's the green X punch, or rather fight. Primal Might, I think it's called. And then you have like Villainous Wealth, you have Crackle with Power, you have some other things as well. Nice, another Emergent Haunting here is fantastic. Stop Cold, another good one for the deck. Djinn of Fool's Fall, fine. And I mean, Lullaby is okay, but this is removal, that's sorcery, so it's not as high priority in the flashy flash deck. Oh, this is great. One of the nicer things about this deck as well is that it's usually open. People are avoiding blue like the plague in these drafts, and you can just really capitalize. I've never been one to focus on best colors and, you know, avoiding something just because it might be in general worse. Oh, there's the Force of Vigor. There's a Crom here too. Would Crom work in the spells deck? I guess it would. With all the plot cards, Crom can also do some work, as the rest of the cards in the pack aren't particularly well suited for it. I do like Red Rock Sentinel. If you're more defensive, this is actually a pretty solid one. Paladin, just one of Green's best commons, and Conduit Pylon also fine. I guess we could just take the Pylon here. That's probably a safer pick, since we already have Desert's Dew. Summoner's very good. Take the Wingsmith now, I guess, over... I don't like Razzle Dazzle. Patient Naturalist is probably the best card here, but like I said, we are forcing, so... Oh, man. Oh, that hurts to see 2 Naturalists go by, but... it is what it is. I will take the Desperado. It's not going to be, like, particularly great in this deck, but... Thunder Lasso is kind of cool with Desperado. None of these cards are all that good for us. The best cards in the pack are all green, but Rope Master's okay. Denial's good. Each player may shuffle their hand and graveyard into the library. Each player who does draws 7, exile it, plot 6. It's super cool, but it's not actually good, right? Man, another Naturalist Hypothesisal too. Would our blue-red have been very good? It might have been. Would have had that. Okay, well, hold up. So this is only good with artifacts, but it's still a 3... Well, it's a lot better with artifacts, I should say, but it's still a 3/3 menace for 3. What pick was the Crom? Can we wheel that somehow? Huh. I mean, this is what happens when you force sometimes. You get in a position where... Oh, Sentinel's perfect with the breaches. This makes 2 artifacts. Itself and the treasure. Okay. But yeah, as I was saying, sometimes get into this position when you're forcing. Something is very clearly open and you just end up getting punished, but... No regrets. We are where we are. Let's go on to pack number 2. We're opening a Nimble Brigand. Gila Courser's fantastic. I do like Deadeye Duelist as well. Brigand really needs some ways to commit a crime. The easiest ways are the lands. Kind of want to take the Gila Courser here as well. Founding Felidar if I still wanted to stay in white. I mean, even just taking Consuming Ashes is still good here. There's a Murder in the pack I didn't even notice for a second. I'm going to take the Consuming Ashes. We're just blue X right now. We don't know what we're playing. What does this one do? Final Showdown. All creatures lose all abilities until end of turn. Choose a creature you control. It gains indestructible. Destroy... Oh, this is the... Finally, I get to see it. This is the instant speed Wrath. Or actually, it's an instant speed Dune Blast if you have 7 mana. 3 of it white. You get to make one of your creatures indestructible. And then you get to... Yeah, man, that card is... Okay. Lockpicker, Cow... Sure. Another Haunting, nice. Alright, well, we are going to stick with the white-blue then. I mean, I think other colors are definitely open, but... Triple Haunting now as well is kind of sweet. Oh, the Prairie Dog too. Another really good one for the Flash deck. If you haven't cast a spell from your hand at the beginning of your end step, you put a 1/1 counter on it. Losing out on a Lonely Royo is kind of gross, but... Hey, this is looking really good. Another Crom. I will take the Lullaby here. Again, I don't particularly care for this removal spell, but I don't have much removal right now outside of the Showdown, so... Man, we could be playing any combination of blue, and I think we would have had a really good deck. I need more instant speed interaction, though. We need... what? We need the counters. Oh, baby! The Assimilation Aegis. This is another nice one. So it's an O-ring for a creature. So I guess not an O-ring, but a Thopter... No, Thopter Rest doesn't work either. An exile effect that hits a creature, and then you can attach it to one of your creatures and have it become a copy of the exiled creature. Arinx, Fording, Stop Cold. We would... The Fording and the Stop Cold are really good too, but... Detention Sphere! So ETB, exile target non-land permanent not named Detention Sphere and all the permanents with the same name. So you can get 2 for 1s with this. There's Take the Fall, that's good. Fleeting Reflection's actually not terrible. This is pick 8. This is Breaches number 4 that we've seen. We picked up 2 of them on the wheel pack 1. And we saw at least one other this... Okay, so... Just infinite Breaches open. There's a Nimble Brigand. It's not so good in our deck. I could splash the Form a Posse. This card's pretty nice. Could just take another Wingsmith. I guess I already have 2 Wingsmiths, so I'd rather have the Brigand. Without getting some more bounce effects. Okay. How good is the Lockpicker right now? 2 instants, 1 sorcery. So I'm probably supposed to take the Scheme. Just as some interaction, but... I mean, I have another pack to go. The Lockpicker is so much better, and it's got Plot. No, I'll take it. Another Plotter. Or actually, I lied. I'm going to take Crab. Early gameplay that has some cast 2 potential. Okay, no, this is really cool. One more pack to go to get some instant speed interaction, ideally. Well, and there's the card we were looking for. Wrangler of the Damned. That's the one. 5 mana, 1/4 flash. At the beginning of your end step, if you haven't cast a spell from your hand, you make a 2/2 flyer. Fell the Mighty has been surprisingly... Well, there was one scenario where it was good. It was cast against me, and my opponent owned me. But I don't think that card is that great. It might even come back around. I'm going to take the Wrangler. I'm going to hope the failed fording wheels. Dude, we have 2 lockpickers. Okay. Take up the shield is great. Instant speed trick. Archive trap, 2 lockpickers. I mean, you gotta try. I have the Muck as well, but I don't think we're going to play it. I still don't have that many ways to target my opponent's stuff, right? Crime I have... Oh, maybe I lied. Maybe I did actually pick up a decent number of ways to commit a crime. Mystical Tether is great as well. This deck is really cool. I got high hopes. Maybe Sentinel's not going to be played anymore. Trained Erranks. That's best 2-drop in white, but not the best for us. But I don't need a second Rope Master. Is there any chance I splash for Scorn? I guess Sterling Hound is not the most garbage play. Still rather have the 2-drop here, I guess. There's a Stone Cold. Steve Austin. Stop Cold, rather. Good. Cow's great. Yeah, like turn 2 Haunting, turn 3 Pass, and then flash out Cow looks really good. We have a lot of good follow-up plays to the Emergent Haunt, which we have 3 of, right? Like turn 2 one of our 3 Hauntings into Plotting or Instant Speed. There's another Plotter Flyer. That's good. Yeah, the biggest thing I'm missing is the counters. I think we only saw one of those counter or make a bird card. Spree one. I really want to wheel that fording too. I would love a bounce here instead of playing the trained Erranks. Because we do not have many things to use with our lockpickers. We only have 5 instants and sorceries. So let's just wheel the fording and call it a day. Perfect. And there's the deck. We'll run the Conduit Pylon since we're just 2 color. The Surveil is nice, and then we also get a little bit of value potentially with the fording. Oh man, Sphinx coming back around too? Sphinx is absurd. But then again, this deck probably wants the blast more. Yikes. Man, Brigand is so good. I just don't think we want it in this deck. If I had to make one cut, what would it be? Maybe one of the Wingsmiths? Seems fine. I do feel like in a defensive deck like this, the Sentinel is still going to be good. I also don't care for the Djinn of Fool's Fall, but I think that is also pretty good in our deck. Yeah, the Rope Master can probably be cut for starters. And then, yeah, I think I'm going to play the Sentinel over one of the Wingsmiths, and we'll just run 8/8 like this. Cool deck. We'll ship this and try to flash some people out. Okay, let's go to round number 1. We're currently rank 10. Doing well. Alright, I keep this. We need to find a blue source, but we do have the dream if we can find the blue source on turn 2. We have the Emergent Haunting into Holy Cow, so this is a really good hand if we should hit it. And the worst case scenario is, well, worst case scenario we don't draw any lands, but even if I drew a Plains, that would still allow us for a turn 3 haunt into Holy Cow turn 4. But yeah, let's just plan on drawing the island and being done with it. So certainly going to play the Pylons out turn 1 if we don't immediately draw the island. Ooh, opponent's on a mulligan to 5. Island? Perfect. And there we go. Okay. I'm going to say it's going to be really hard to lose this game. Jinx, of course, but given the fact that we're on the draw with our basically ideal opener and our opponent's on a mulligan to 5, you know. We do have a lot of pressure. Jeez, wow, their hand's very good. Okay. So if they want to, they can sack the Servant here and tutor. But honestly, 1-for-1 removal is good for us because they're down so many cards, right? Just look at the number of cards in hand. Was a lot of Plains on top. I doubt they tutored for that. There's the card they tutored for. Okay. And we can just Detention Sphere that, play out our flyer. All is hunky-dory. In fact, if we find one of our lock pickers, then we basically insta-win with the Archive Trap. Okay. Oh, there's the final showdown. So it's 7 to do that. Fine, Raider. It's gonna give him a treasure. I don't like trapping here when we don't actually have the win, but it just utilizes my mana so efficiently. I guess we'll just chill out now. I did want to play the land for Final Showdown. Alright, let's bounce the Fording then. Or rather, discard the Fording. I think the Showdown is just going to be better here. Yeah, we're hoping they just cast another creature this turn. Perfect. Alright, that'll be that then. Let's see. Choose a creature you control. It gains indestructible. Destroy all creatures. They are going to get a 1/1 token from the Link Breaker as well, but yeah. All right, final showdown. Yep, there is the instant speed Dune Blast of the format. Kind of absurd. Now we're 1-0. Okay, another good opening hand here. On the draw again, but it's not too much of an issue. Turn 2 Haunting, turn 3 Plot the Lockpicker. And yeah, just go from there. Prairie Dog, another good one. Let's get the Haunt online first, though. It's less susceptible to removal, right? Pair's good. Plots, pass, flip our 3/3. So they can pump their prickly pear and attack for 3 if they want. Would I take the trade? Probably. JK, they are going to kill it. Sure. Crab was another great draw. Let's us double spell this turn. I mean, 2 removal spells in hand. So if I draw a land next turn, I probably just activate the Prairie Dog and pass. Turn it into a 4/4 lifelinker. Because versus red, if we can get it a little bit larger, they're going to have a really hard time dealing with it. Indeed, we did find the land, and it's a good one as well. That actually has a lot of value in our graveyard, since we have the lockpicker, so let's just pass. Bounce is fine in the graveyard as well. Green, okay. So I think my current plan for next turn is just going to be draw and pass again. And this time I'm not going to activate the ability of the Prairie Dog because they have a lot of punch effect potential in green. I'm going to hold this land for looting as well. It could very well be that the land here is actually more valuable than the Djinn. Yeah, I'm going to do that. That looks a little bit weird, but I think I like it. And I want to keep all the removal spells. We're not in a rush to use the lockpicker. Alright, there's one pump. Jolene. Okay. So they do not have green available. Which means... don't have to worry about Snakeskin Veil anymore. And we actually get to attack with a 5/5 here. Lifelink at that. Oh, I guess I could have still held the land for crab activation. Whoops. Not a big deal, I guess. Urgent Haunting. Don't think we need that anymore. We already have plenty to do without casting spells. I'd have to take a turn off, in a sense, to play that. Okay. I don't think I bother doing anything to the Jolene here, because we can just block and activate Crab. Sure. That seemed pretty good to me. That one can be annoying. Whenever it attacks, they get a 3/1 Dino. Oh, they have Magda with potential treasure, too. It might be time to lockpick something, huh? Oh, I guess I don't actually have many good hits right now. Well, 6/6 lifelink, still too good not to attack with. I guess we pass, make it a 7/7. Probably just gonna tether the summoner this turn. I don't know, leaving the Magda online is a little bit scary. Whenever they commit a crime, they get a tapped treasure. And they can make a 4/4 flying haste by sacrificing 3 treasures. Oh, but that's the last card in their hand. Alright, so we're sitting pretty good here. And there's the archive trap, and yeah, that's lethal. In fact, now I'm just gonna pass the turn. Archive trap into lockpicker to archive trap is GG. See ya 13 cards. And that is Gucci Baby. Oh, feels good, man. Yeah, we have a 69% win rate in this format. We have close to a 50% trophy rate. I am, once again, enjoying Magic. Go to the next. Alright, let the good times keep rolling for now, huh? What do we got here? Yeah, good hand. Got that turn 2 emergent, turn 3 plot. Do we want to scry turn 1? I don't think we need to. I mean, Plains is not a great draw, but basically anything else is fine. Yeah, that's fine. I guess we'll get a scry now. That is also pretty good. Alright, so we're gonna go turn 2 emergent, turn 3 plot the lockpicker, turn into a 3/3 flyer. Turn 4 plot our 4/3 flyer. Living the dream. Deserts do after playing a desert. You got it. Ah, Assimilation Aegis is pretty good as well. I don't think we need to use it quite yet. I'd rather just use the Lullaby since it's prohibitive. Or that is to say, it has a requirement the creature has to be tapped. Plus, we'd want to get the Lullaby in the graveyard first for lock picker purposes, I think. Sandstorm Verge. All right, my creature is unable to block, and you are going to gain some life here. Do I want to just gain 1 life and draw a card? This is effectively gain 1, they lose 1, and I draw a card. That's probably fine, since I have nothing else going on anyways. That's quite good. Alright, attack for 4. Sing him a lullaby. And little doggy. Now we have something to do with our mana, even if we don't draw anything relevant to play. Kind of scary that our best play was just to activate the Verge there last turn, though. They're going to deal with the dog over the flyer. I'm pretty happy with that. Let's hold the planes in hand in case they make me discard a card. Okay, I mean, we're not in a rush to do anything, and we always have the potential 2-shot kill of drawing our archive trap. Don't particularly care about that. I mean, I could just lockpick plus Ariat's Lullaby that again if we want to. Target opponent sacrifices half the creatures they control rounded up, discards half the cards in their hand rounded up. So awkwardly here, if I bounce my Djinn, I'm going to have to discard 2 cards anyways. But it's worth using the forwarding to either bounce their creature and only discard 1 card, or I guess I could bounce my flyer and then just discard the land and the Assimilation Aegis. I'm actually getting punished for not playing out the land earlier, huh? I don't really want to lose my removal spell, but I don't really want to lose my creature. I guess saving the creature makes more sense. That's probably a fine card to keep. Alright, I think this plays fine. I mean, the only downside is if they have another big threat, I don't have my removal spell for it anymore. Oh, that's pretty good. At knife point with the land, they can trigger, make a mercenary every turn. At the very least, it's something to do with no mana. Oh, sorry. All mana. Oh, there's the archive trap. We still have another lockpicker somewhere, but... Let's see, they have 21 cards in their deck still. Oh, they have another Rooftop Assassin? Okay, that's kind of unfortunate. Ooh, actually, they get to pump up their lifelinker? I'm losing again. Jeez, wow. Sick rips by them. Holy smokes, okay. I'm actually dead next turn. That's kind of brutal. Yeah, good draws. Jasper as well. Wrangler, that doesn't save us. Because as much as it looked like it has flying, it does not. So we're going to need to rip something off the Sentinel here. Nope, that ain't going to do it. So we are, in fact, dead. Good beats. I wonder if I should have saved the Alchemist, or whatever it's called. I don't think so. Wait, what? I lost and I went down in rank. So that means other people were also losing. That's funny. Went from rank 10 to 9 with a loss. Love it. Okay, on to game 4. Turn 2 Haunting is good enough. Would love to find that third land, though, so that we can pass turn 3 and activate Surveil. Try to hit that 4th land for the Djinn. Beautiful. Alright, this is great. Nice. Vault Plunder, you got it. I'm actually going to keep the 5th land since we have Metamorphic Blast in hand. Prosperity Tycoon, that's a good one. Right, Djinn. Second Haunting, pass. Black-White has a ton of exile effects, though, so I don't expect this Take Up the Shield to necessarily work. But I'm going to go for the block. I could get punished here if they just pass priority back. Alright, that's fine. Overzealous Muscle, that's okay. That's another nice one to keep. We just pass, flip. We can Mystical Tether here, we can blast, do anything. Sure, that's fine. I take 4. Wow, the final showdown, huh? I guess I'm gonna pass now then, and play it a little bit more conservatively. I don't need to be extremely aggressive anymore. Notably, Metamorphic Blast will work here. So that's going to become basically a 2-1. It's going to be an 0-1 base with +2/+0. Did not draw a land, sadly. Sure, Assassin to finish things off is good. Damn, we really needed a land there. Actually, we need specifically a plains, don't we? Huh, that's kind of brutal. I guess I'm gonna go Wingsmith and pass, holding up the Take Up the Shield. Jeez, they get to sack the token now, draw 2 more cards. Oh, where is that 6th land? Just a couple components short of wrecking their world. I mean, this is good for us, at least. So stay at 9 and eat their Erinks. Alright, that actually buys us a little bit of time. Yeah, I think I'm just going to go Prairie Dog plus shoot down their flyer. Again, we do not mind playing a little bit of a longer game if it comes down to that, especially with the cards we already have in our hand. We have 21 cards left, so just about 2/3 of their deck gets wrecked by Archive Trap. They're going to tether, so they can attack here. If they have 2 removal spells this turn, it's going to suck. If they just have the tether, I'm not too concerned. I don't mind blocking with the dog. Wow. Now, at least the agent doesn't hit me this turn, but they're going to get to sacrifice their token and draw another 2 cards. Man. Oh, unfortunate lineups. I mean, yeah, just gotta pass here and wrangle. Holy smokes. Cannot find a land to save my life. And again, specifically plains for the Wrath effect. Oh, no, not that one. I want to cast the 1/4. Oh, they have a different color card to cast this turn. If they're making a treasure. Bruce! Alright. Jeez, I need a plains. Plains basically wins. Plains wins. That is so sickening. If I pass, I get a 2/2. I can go block, block. No, we lose. Yeah, I'm gonna die Exaxi here. I can copy Bruce, but that doesn't do anything. All creatures lose all abilities. Choose a creature. Yeah. That's so sick. A Plains insta-wins. Yep, no good. Brutal. Man. Man. Oh, I don't know if I was supposed to play that game a little bit differently or something, but that just felt a little bit unlucky there. Alright, good beats. 2-2 now. Some rough couple of losses, but I don't know if there was too much I could have done. We are sitting on 8 islands, 8 plains in the deck, yeah. Even the conduit pylons would have worked for us that last turn. This is a really good curve out. Black-red, so the Outlaws. Dog into Holy Cow. Ooh, the Raven with the Duelist. That's sick. I should probably get rid of one of those. I think I'm gonna nab the Pinger. And we get to gain 2 life back this turn, thankfully. Knife point, too. This doesn't hit enchantments randomly. Right now it's only creatures, alright. Oh, this is brutal for them. They don't have anything. I'll leave the 5th land on top because we have Blast. Sure. So trigger, trigger. But if they're not shooting, or rather if they're shooting the Holy Cow, then they're not shooting my Prairie Dog. And the Prairie Dog will just solo them. I think I'm just going to pass and hold up Blast. So I'm still going to take 2 damage, but this is gain 2 life, draw 2 cards for 4 mana, or 5 mana, I guess. Yeah, good on them. We have Detention Sphere. Detention Sphere hitting the mercenary tokens would be fantastic. Haunting Pass, we're going to stop Cold the Miner, because that has a comeback ability. That worked out perfectly for us. They even went all in on it. What does this one do again? At the beginning of combat on your turn. Draw a card, then you can exile an artifact or creature from your hand. If you do, make a token that's a copy of it. Nice. Okay, so they have potentially... I mean, I could bounce it for a turn, and they would be tempted to recast it. I guess that's probably worthwhile, right? We want to stop on our end step. So trigger. Now we'll bounce the Nexus. But they're going to just replay it, and that makes our archive trap, if we can find it, a lot better. Oh, this is going to be a brutal turn for them if they're going to attack. Oh, that's the beginning of combat, not the beginning of... I read that card incorrectly. Jeez, they hit the Marauder too. I guess I cycle, because I would be discarding this anyways. Take up a shield. Right. And we're getting wrecked here. Yeah, it's basically... basically, we need to draw very well. Sheesh. Where's our detention sphere? Don't we have one? I actually think I'm supposed to eat a raven here. Oh my god, they hit Prickly Pear too. Oh, we are getting wrecked. I mean, what can you do? The opponent is drawing so well, and they are drawing 2 cards a turn, but man, absolute bonkers. I guess my only play is to pass and loot. Yeah, alright, well. I needed to pass, loot, hit like an archive trap, and then into the lockpicker. Actually, I should have played a land, because I needed to go exactly archive trap into lockpicker. We're just dead now. Holy smokes! That is frustrating. I think this deck was really good, but those losses felt, well, that one especially, I don't know if there was basically anything we could do. That previous loss, I just needed any white source and we win the game basically on the spot with Final Showdown. I didn't miscount this, right? I had 2 planes. I need 3 white to instant speed Wrath, so I was missing a white source there. I think this deck was really good. But you know what? Sometimes good decks don't do super well, so that's okay. At the very least, we can say I think we drafted pretty well, and we ended up with a cool deck, even if it didn't end up so hot. So that's it for me today. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you back next time. Bye-bye.